Welcome back. All right, so we have an account. What do we do with it? The first thing that we're going to want to do is set up your individual account. So a good place to start is connecting your email, if that's something that you'd like to do. So we have the option inside of ApprUmp to add an email account. So you come here to Mail on this side, and you can go to Add an Email Account, or this is something that you can also find in the settings. If you come here to email accounts in the settings, we can connect a Gmail account. We don't have the Microsoft accounts yet, but we'll have that in there soon. And the email that I'll be connecting today is just a regular IMAP SMTP account. So we're going to go ahead and click on connect. It just so happens that my account is in DreamHost, so we have those options there. So here we're going to put in the email account, the password, the username only if it's different from the email. These are already the settings that I'm supposed to use. And then this gives us the option to sync mail from the last 90 days, the last 30 days, the last 7 days, the last year, or everything. So what I'm going to do today is just sync the mail from the last 7 days. And this is useful if you have emails that maybe you don't want all of the emails in your account because you're only connecting the emails here for your appraisals. So I'm going to sync from the last 7 days because that's all that I need. You select I understand. Mail from this account will be synced and stored in ApprUmp, encrypted, and verify the connection. So it's going to verify your email. It's going to show you which folders you want to sync. So I'm going to sync the inbox and click Connect Account. So now this account is connected. It's important to note that it could take a little bit of time for this account to start showing mail because it has to download the emails from your server. So we'll give that a little bit of time to do that. And in the meantime, the next option, we're going to come back to email afterwards, but we're going to go back to the settings. And we are going to set up our email signature because just like other accounts, you can set up an email signature in here that you can append to your messages. So that signature is something that you can copy and paste if you have a signature in Gmail or Outlook or some other email client. For this one, very simple. We're just going to put warm regards test account. But you can, of course, add it. This has a preview down here of what your signature is going to look like. You can add whatever you want. And obviously, you can copy and paste your signature. You can add in images, upload images, etc. So for this one, we're just going to add that. We'll save the signature. Let's go check the email, see if we have anything, and look. So here we have a couple of emails. We have our verify email that had already come in. We'll go back to the inbox. And this is a new appraisal assignment, which I have sent for the purposes of this test. And we're actually going to get into this in a minute in another video about how to create appraisals from emails. This is a very exciting feature that ApprUmp has where we can create an email, an appraisal from the email. So we're going to leave that for now. Another option that we're going to set up, we're going to go back to settings and we're going to set up our e-sign because this does have an e-sign option where you can receive an email with an attachment like a declaration of appraisers or something like that, and you can sign it inside of ApprUmp and return it inside of ApprUmp. So it's very convenient. So here we have the option for the date format on the signed document. So we can have long format like March 21, 2026. We're going to select the short format, medium size for the date text size, and we're going to save the preferences. So that is the e-sign preferences, and now we're going to go to electronic signatures, which is right above that, and we are going to create a typed signature. And here we have these options of fonts that we can use for that. So we'll click on this one, Mr. Defoe. We can leave an auto-generated label, or we can put a label in there if we want to. Let's save that, and you see it called it test account Mr. Defoe. So this is the signature. This is what it looks like. And later on, we'll take a look at how that's going to look on some documents when we're using that feature. The next option that we have is we are going to connect a calendar, because this has the option to connect your Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar, and then it will push all of your events to your calendar. So we're going to come down here in the settings. We're going to come to Google Calendar down here in the integrations, and we can connect a Google Calendar. That will open up this page, which has the different your Google accounts. You can select one and select what ApprUmp can access and click continue, and then it will sync it to your Google Calendar, which means that events that you create inside of ApprUmp will be synced to your Google Calendar automatically, and we'll see more of that later. We can also do the same thing with Apple Calendar, and that's this calendar feed option here. So basically the way that this works is you generate a feed URL and then you copy it, right? So you generate the feed, you copy it, you go to your Apple Calendar and you click File, New Calendar Subscription, and you paste that in there. And we have the same, we can do the same for Google Calendar or Outlook. This is just a feed. It's one-way feed. So what that means is the calendar here creates the event and then it appears in that calendar, but you can't delete the event from that calendar. You can only delete the event from inside of ApprUmp. So that's how you set up your calendar. And the last thing that we're going to set up today inside of this is going to be our hourly rate. So this is something that for your billing, we want to look for billing an invoice. And here we can set a default hourly rate, whatever that is. Your time increments for your billing, they default at 6 minutes or 0.1 hours, and then your invoice prefix. So depending on how you want to set up your invoice, you can have whatever prefix you want on your invoice, and then whatever invoice number you want to start at. And there is also the option to reset the invoice number each year, but you don't have to do that. You can set up your payment terms and instructions here, and this will all appear in your invoices. You save that, and that's it. That's what we're going to do for this video, just setting up your personal account a little bit, and in the next video we'll be talking about how to set up your organization. Thanks for watching.